Morning, Obusiafo. Mechia mu nyina. Me mamo akwaba edeba me morning nuisance also. And I want to give you another masterclass. I want to give you a masterclass on the human mind and the functionings of the human mind. And then me person me kasa about two concepts. Me person me explaining the concept of betrayal. But me the your friend is saying jealousy. Me the be example, so that a lot of you understand how the human mind works. Only power dream, there always seems to be two sides. There is the logical and there is the illogical. Sa sides ni mienu afenu mienu ni nyina wo mo pre obi apɛ domination, and depending on which one is dominating you at a time, what dream ye adwuma in a particular way, and you respond and react in specific ways. Yam fani say papa kama bi akoware oba na one oba ne te na se oba no ne ho efe bibia kama, but papa yi start say oye jealous of the driver, oye jealous of oba ne boss, oye jealous of mami eton tomatoes ewodwom, oye jealous of enipa bi ne mami ni di nkita ho. And sometimes what we think no ade we being told no wo hwe papa no wo hunu jealousy ni bia, it is so crazy, it is so illogical. But nipa no accept no, it is so real in their mind because the illogical is winning at the time. Nipa ye wo hoi, one of our fundamental needs, and they say you be connected. We are people who can be in a crowd, but even within the crowd, we need a small group buy-in, small group hook-in. You should have a feeling, say some people have your back. No matter nipa be at your back, we all talk bravely. We don't need anybody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Hear somebody who will love us regardless. Wasn't you, we all need those kind of people. So we nipa uti na wunya sankrofo no wo ho a ema wo arehemu bi, ema wo abotoye bi. Me say sa buy in originally me catch me say if me mama ne me papa ho me wo hoi nipa ba ko bi wa asase so ha me nim say ne do is not in question. Me mama sunkwa ne do never in question. And sadly, me grounding papa in my dealings with nipa akenyina. It is a mo amaka no mo no mimpo, mo amaka no mo mfa me ho, mo amaka mo betray me sen, mo ye niema ya sen de kire me a because of sa original guaranteed odo no a menim wo mabrabo na menim se e wo ho no. My reactions to betrayal are completely different. Wo wa betray me there, but minim say baby bi wo ha yem betray me da. Yem fa ne se menuanom no ene me mma no kora no omodo in question there. At least me ma mi sunkwa de ne do questioning now. It gives onipa sa no the impetus to go and have new relationships. You are not really afraid of anybody betraying you because wo ba ku bi wo ho. Ebia ukunu bi mumu bi wo he yemukunu no mumu bi wo he yemma mumu bi wo he ayonkofuo bi yonko asemia. So when you start feeling it's amazing. And me, I've always been ankonam, like I've always been telling you, me ankonam bakofo. I've always been willing to be ankonam bakofo because I guaranteed odono ewo baby mame. It's when there is the crowds and I'm not part of the crowd, it doesn't matter because I already have my hooking somewhere. But nipa wo ho wo ho a esese wunya nipa ewo wo ho nipa bi wo ho a wo mte se miama ya ye ho mate me hofo na mpo yen ya ye mate me hofo no ye mpo eduru ba bi a mate me hofo no ye pese ye ka ba nipa se bibi si na mate me hu niama etimi nya nipa bi e de ne ho frem. It is a wonderful feeling. It's great. Me ya mate me hu ni nti menta anya yonkofa no ye be chat every second, ye be din komo every second. All my friends will tell you this about me. Yet me din koma na se abraboye busy. I am also capable of disappearing for extended periods of time. My yira na nkyerese menwen wo ho medwen wo ho pa medaso ne wo ye kama. We don't have to speak every minute in order for you to be warm in my heart. That opportunity beba ne bi hia wa ye bedo ye ho te se de we've not taken a gap. Those friends who are able to do that with me, woman no mutimi ne me ayonkofo che. Friends are woman ye clingy. One more attachment issues ewo ho. Attachment issues wo ho. You want to hang on to Crawford, you want to cleave to Crawford. And then I said, me master class in said nipa adwin ye adwuma, but I'm actually looking at it from a relationship point of view. Okay. Nipa bi wo hwa o ye matime huni ya ostracizing wo society mo ache. Nipa nyina yi nasem. Se ye wo sa eni sa de we edi agoro we. You can come out and put out your brave messages and claim say it doesn't concern you, it doesn't bother you. Oboa adi we. It is influenced and it is affected by ostracization. Say yeah, ostracize. Say any microphone ostracize. So one ostracize for whatever reason. When you are ostracized, you begin to get suspicious of nipa because we nim nipa motive. Oko baby and nipa when nipa nyina require you say when you do. Do you guys recognize it? Those are signs of sustained periods of ostracization. Nipa ya ostracize on you're very suspicious. Oko baby, na nipa nyina esre. Oko baby na nkrofo ya yonkofo. Me, I am willing to go to a group. I am willing to know, say I am not part of the group. I am quite willing to be on the periphery of the group and wait for you to hook me in. Menta many pamu mam me ye hey ho trying to fit there me jimi pa me ho esre pa but me jimi sri wi na masenya distance me ho kakra na me hwe who will invite me in and who wants to deal. Remember say me original secure attachment or no guarantee na eda baby enti we no me be pedi aka ho no supplementary be pedi aka ho. It's not going to be my only one. It's my terms of negotiation. The desperation with which I want to achieve this one different from nipa bia nisa attachment no. Zankrofo no, the desperate need of the human mind to find obi to connect with. Until nipa ya ostracize omunya nipa mu fraye and afi ya no maba nipa mu no omo fra nipa mu wo ba nipa mu they are very possessive. Onya yonko ba ko no sese wo gisa yonko no nko ane dia. Obi fufuro bia ne kasa na yonko ni gini pakro no so kire se wa betray no yonko ni nye true yonko ni ye pretentious. Do you see this in our community a lot? I want to help you to understand some of the behaviors so that you be empathetic to people as they go through their processes, because we are on different journeys and people are going through different processes trying to arrive at a place that are comfortable. Se wuhunu wo bi na nipa koro ne ye yonko ne wo ye clingy yonko a me recognize say nipa koro no oyo obi a wonni sa secure attachment ne wo ho oyo obi e bia ye betray no from the very first day ye hia no na me ka abakan sweet jolly ene abakan ball abed sankofa ball abed ne ho asemonra. I replayed the video and I've had a lot of feedback of that one. Is why I've decided to expand on it. And nanka me say make a brofo was a video we but we dey yankatwi actually my kind of brofo dey am scaling ball failing ball for. You know, se obi wo ye wo da ye be wo ye wo to ho no a wo share ye funu no wo ni obi na wo ho. Until you are social from the very first experience, which will be him. One nante no kasa, what in kukuru, what you say, depending on who mammy, how active who mammy, what think microphone, but one think microphone capra any pabacono, or no dear. And do him say there is research to say some quara woman in woman mammy. So papa cry you close enough for any mammy or engagements. Nipa woman mammy, what time I want you know. You get into microphone, they are social from the very day they were conceived. Because nipa twa wo ho hia nipa te se me na I say me you nipa I am standoffish no. It comes from this era as well, because me ma me no ankasa sunkwa no won sheda nye nipa wo ye he nipa or ye distant kakra It me yenye me na nipa wo me ho nhye da no so sa. But that ye be you ato from same one. Now we akwara within a certain period of time. Anything a nurse for ye akwara no ye yi no ane ye de wakoto ma me kukum. In places where we understand attachment and psychology, no ye nhohora akwara ho ansa na ye de na mane mame. Most places no ta wo ne da mame ne kuku ye yi akwara nya ne ho your friend is saying nyina na ye de no e baabi ankrofo ate ne ma na se ye kura ne ma no wo mo kuku mu say wo mo nsha atade ne ye de baabi na fam ho. No fam na de no de na hye ne ho. That minute na akwara no ye yi no no aye de ne ma wo bi na nipa koro ne fam no akwara no feels the warmth again. Akwara no feels the love again. Na so ya akwada ye pe no nipa no a oye eyi no begins to queue. Oh my God, I've been dying to meet you. Mwah, mwah. Oh Lord, it's beautiful. Who say nana banu abekese no papa banu abekese no na we ya banu abeye say on se binu mo ha ye wo mo. There's a whole community in the room. That kid is initiated into community living that day. Sa kwara no wo hu ni said ne ho wodom many a dom ne ho wodom ododo so wanakuma. That is the initial. Se ne mama ne papa wo mate abujumu na mama ne nye ha na mama ne de odo ne ne ba ne kasa e wo na papa na be fa no na ordinate ni kom na ni nua bia be fa no sa akwara de ye kurom de friend nsa so ba ye be yi what actually be say here because ye person that nsa so ba. Oh yes who creating distance e de man kwada anyway. Said ye be ye in your early days na me say eno ne ma wunya sa secure attachment the me wo hoi me say be ma me sunkwado not in question. It would have been the day ye wo me no be ye wo me kwara ma me ne ho fa. But said ye no wa pɛ me ache, said ye no wa hwehwɛ bani bi ache, said ye dem krofo de nneɛma asese no ache na ye wo me no ewo ye de metare ha sa ma me no. From that day, I was the center of the universe, and I have known this since as far back as I can remember. It will not in doubt. Do you understand where I'm going? It's been reinforced and affirmed and affirmed and affirmed until at my age, they say a unshakable affirmation. Meaning, says Maybe what say obi betray me, a me ya. But said the pakron in the betrayal no enye fundamental to semina sunkwa nedo. And as long as semina sunkwa nedo wo ho no edra aka ni nyina betrayal no ya but enhye da nye desperate say obi a wa be hia bema for the first time. Na bema ne person that watch the odo e de akere for the first time. No wayi na koma mu do nyina no wode amam. On TV that who be that and what be she out of pound or do. Or the Nadina, what do you woman? That's any pania or bonia, any adamon edinam, because they have shaken your foundation. They have shaken your very foundation. It is and Crofono aya womoka and odie de obema could your back and yet odie no na problem no. A betrayal no and a problem. So waba obi abrabom no aka kire nipa koro ne se wo pe no woni ne beyo one wa nipa yepe. We are people who operate in a crowd, but we operate in small circles. Oh fire on kokra wo pe ba kwa na mienu bi a wo be yi wo nsunu mu ade nyina ade a kire wo. Nobody wants their privacy to be public knowledge. Nobody does that. Yepe public no, yepe crowd no. We want them to be operating around us, but we want exclusivity within the crowd. Nti mo aya amode polygamy for no. They be amoba me ka kire say it challenges the human mind. Yes. Me mpese me kunu beba be butu me so. No ofiri me ho akweke kwase asem de a kire wo ba foforo while sa ne ho ya ba. There be saa de no ayede ye huwura ye ho no. Me pese me ni me kunu pa ne ye. Me hia ne se wo ko ba bi foforo. Yare nkokra no saade we yade a ya reserve dia ma menkwa makes me special, makes me mini nipa kora ne unique relationship amongst nipa akanyina. enti da mi kunu beko no wakoda oba foforo so wako butu oba foforo so the fundamental attachment no has been rocked. It is said you would boat be near day ahoma achichire wabo baby. Now even though waves ni yesi we yamu show because we name say ahoma achichiro, you have been anchored to something. Na obia bad wo be sha ahoma no. Na fe waves ne de woko. Na wo hunu baby awoko. Now what here is why when women are betrayed, no one more them. And men no so be di we that one who say this here. The thought is so be my for crap pay we the one who say this here. I want to say the na more bottom na more tia, but you expect to say a man they will magically be fine with it. Eh chia we yonku hu etu eduam ye twa wa moja na eba ye twa me ameso moja na eba. The very thing that rocks you rocks me. What warps you warps me. Se sadi we yase. It will be kwashia woba obi ayaye ne bone pen e man no aye betray wo mo pa me man no aye betray wo mo pa so wo hia onipa fofora afa ni do no aye too careful one person we dey na de nyina de man no watimi aye ne bone true, but in wanting to protect themselves you also lose the human factor, the connectivity, the real purpose of relationship no wa manayira nti de bia na wo pre. That betrayal a man crofo ye niema yi. Obi wo hwa ne yonko bi kokana sem de kire obi fofura no abodam na ne buofu no hu ne de enti enya asem no aye koka kire obi ne ye ne ye wo. It is the betrayal. Obi adada no. Obi adada no e de na duru ba bia wo feel say e secure point ne ye twa homa no. Na fe epodene ko no wonhunu bebia wo ko no wotiatiem enu nti na ya na wo bi yonko obi bete ne yonko dada ne to ebe kan no kure nyina de gu bebia nipa wo na oma ade anka ye private eye public no a nipa no o protest na o complaining na o whining se woni mo bi ya wate ne ho afiri nipa mu na fe no person sign ka ne ho ba nipa mu a sa ankrofo ne they are very suspicious, highly suspicious. The reason being is say or back into an already formed niche on sheda nhunu baby allegiances ne alliances ne gina enunti oba mu no oye quite cautious. Bibi kitty amu wo secure attachment den ka monfa nya asem kitty see ya na dipa kro no wa tingeze na ni buafu no twetwa nyina okeka de ss work an odwetwa wo bia na nti. That person is trying to defend themselves. They are trying to destroy the relationships themselves so that they don't feel as betrayed as they could do if you broke their trust. And nti sa ankrofo no wo fa bi yonko wo fa wo bia ya ostracizing the pain yonko a wonu a wo fa no yonko no. You need to understand this need. You need to understand say nipa koro no on shedanye as secure as the average. Eti niema average person ni hu na won fanya asem no won tiatia mu nye dede no we wo hu na obeye dede. We wo hu na obeye dede no wasu because we wo hu bi da. There are some people who don't really believe love is possible because they've never experienced true love before. It is a wish ya will be kuran one wo yo odono at the back of Naja and was saying possible. It's that will be when it's when you're baffled for original baby casape. Hey, the illogical side where the jealousy operates comes in. And into the debut, I catch our worry for say. So, we boy Jamai now we the chill and I will chill no what the chill. There is still a fundamental problem you've created for that person. Da obehunu se woni wo ba foforo bi esri bia na be ne se jama enti sa nipa no trust of you again exclusively the way ayana wo expect no eni hobium bibi kiti bi na abiri ni kuro na kai na se because we hunu be paying and nobody wants to be surprised. We all want to be in control. A human mind and a sanity. Se bibi besi na wunnim se abc ani nti ne nyina ne nam kwa abisa ne ye cost for her pesi hunu se business be ye ye pesi hunu se oba no wo bepeyen because we don't want surprise. It's a fundamental human thing. We don't want surprise. Edru birthday kra na nkrofo ye surprise party no wunnim se be surprise party kra bia suspect say still you still want to know. We want to know. because that is a human need as well. We do not want surprise. Surprise the type of people high and perceive. We don't want to find out surprisingly see you couldn't cheat. Ya pese yanka si yenye clues ukrani is suspecting the yanka so finally it could draw now confirm and no enye as shocking as what hunu bibi putupru. So hunu bibi putupru. So when your betrayal is sudden, se enye bibi unim se on say maybe say me papa free mono or yare na watch me 2 weeks end of February me papa kasana hwenye no 16th of March na me papa free mo. Hey, it went so fast. That element of surprise killed me. It ruined me. But so when you will be what any pana yare yache. The pana did that why no fin. What worry, what bompire, you've seen the deterioration, and finally when the person passes and yet as damaging as yenya and yamanako say. Nipa wunim no hwenya no or kwa wakra so wokofie panyan yeseka kuno. Hey! Huh? Make I say Lady Diana Wu taking me years and sana major dinam say I was one of the people who thought it was a conspiracy. Because it was too sudden. 1 minute after night news so yeah can I said yeah wakata pori yeah well Lady Diana the next minute 1997 me nam hwa dem kra na me dem fie ne frɛ me eh mama be hwɛ me di me ka bae yes Lady Diana Wu so wu what was saying? Lady Diana wanyabrewa. Lady Diana wanyare. Lady Diana and Remy Huni news. So what was saying? The shock of it. The fact that you had no pre-warning. There was no indication. One more wamukunu boy jamaino. When they matter didn't come out, they will tell you so one more no wamukunu at the subini be depend. Now was suspected that papa ne bekasa wujaya wari walk on. A yen the yadie, but ne one way no. Aya ne ya ne different. Obi wo hwa waka se ni kunu no ne wakogina public na mi kunu die mi gina ne so mi buatepa na me ye de ndie ne kwaku die wontimi nya mi se da e de ndie waka kire ne ho ne tim da ye obehunu se kwaku ye de nkrofo ye bi no usunsun on the spot. That is what betrayal can do to you. It can kill your spirit. Betrayal activates your illogical mind. And your illogical mind wins the battle over the logical. Oh, baby, ni toshi waware no. Umutu su 24 hours. Enye nkwadru. Enche mframa. Enye hu. You know this. E man no kra no aya aware guo timi ma wo mo bodam no. Dodo no akra wo mo ankasa wo mo no aduane di o. Ebi wo sika. Wo no ankasa tene dem. But because the betrayal is so sudden and it activates the illogical successfully over the logical, no, you see so your universe has ended. Because the illogical has won over the logical. One more damn, but a competition which has tipped to the wrong side. So when young farm or man your home, when young farm or man wow ama one rebalance I establish equilibrium. Yes, over a sustained period of time, a bit me am one drink waka. So a fine balance between time and what drink home kai. And you are on your way there and when you finally arrive at destination. Into psychological issues, they are very complicated because it's difficult to work out a continuum. From point A to point B, there were many stops in between. It's also difficult to know which stop anchors and nipa edania adamo the reverse adamo the hospital and sanya balance. There are many of us who live with many psychological issues, but ye nyanduru baby I just no hospital for na. Ye mudu do no aye that's one and baby a one kasa wutimi manage. One kasa wutimi adjust. The pair wo wutimi boa ema wutimi refocus na wuzumi and cooking. The internet make a story we actual. Make a story we actual so that you can understand encrophobia behaviors, baby. Social media so yeah way. You want encrophobia. One more attachment issues. They can never be friends with anybody. One in nipa ye you unko 3 minutes per wo bepe kwan bi ni wako. Nipa bi wo hwa ye hunu every week oni will be want to kwa. Aya attachment issues explains it from a psychological point of view. So when you obisa be fire on corner, or prepare when say the background or irrational. because that is what sustained poor attachment does to onipa. It makes you illogical, it makes you irrational. It is our young kono. So we say when you will be doing common or bad or your wild accusations. I wouldn't name Sesana ebeyeno and young mama. Until you take your time and you reassure the person and you rebalance the person until so obey when you say, okay, won't call baby. Me was on your joker. No more did me hope on concert. There be order. There be no hope on concert. You were near my for frayeka. Anyway, I still love you, even though you are crazy. I still love you. So I'm a catcher for fire, almost double, almost woman hopa. And the professor catcher me. I'm a 1 year papa, but we love you. What to be catcher will be so 1 year papa by, but I love you. Then the padron won't to be catcher and it's a 1 year papa, but we love you. So message you're consistent enough for some of them begin to believe. And it helps them to reorient. Meaning, nipa be no money on coffee. But young co back could be our coffee and one why you're willing, say a year day on any befa young co. Unim said the subantia into a be managino or be walk consistently 15-20 years. Eventually, nipa be who say we won't go baby. And that is when the person will make that attachment. And because of that first friendship, they can now use that attachment to attempt to make other attachments. Make yourself that friend who allows a warped person to see stability. What? The Yebudu don't know we've experienced too much instability in our lives. Make it such that when it's our foster parents, no you're abusing in only attachment and you are willing to be there, rock solid. When your papa you will be there. But you will be there. Yeah, dang, yeah, what teenagers, and maybe teenagers, you know, me ba branty any dear. Being a back kind, sweet, jolly, the ma bonny home pie, the ma stranger me, na ma bedena menya, na ma pre when I'm secure no. Or no say, ne attachment secure. Ni ya baya ne beto ye no, na me ne a branty and ye were had that. Ne papa ne a branty and were had that. My branty na ne hu adwuma pa enti in the early days na me use ma hu ode ne madaje de ya branty ne hu adwuma and kit one watched it kit one ohunu say afna ya se nani wo ede bia wo accuse me sa de ne se be pa branty na asem sen no me ka kire ne sa baya woni me ba ya ba ko de metimi ne wa hyenta de kro metimi atu makoma mu niam nyina de a kire wo ya be ma woni me di agura kakra bi okochesi maya wodi me yeden when I no be di kwankonsa when I no be kwade be when I no be kwakwa ye mo wira bom when I no be yo when I no be yo and odru teenage titiri kire se nipa yi otimi ka kire me se me do pa so minim de etia mpesem na okon me se mate woni me ku wi abra wo ha me da so do atoda me ka sa kire na wo se wasere e wo ha no aheda wakose same makeup ne me lipstick ne ma nyina na ode akogu ni dem ho na ode kire nani ase me kwa me de me sa wonani and say me makeup also what the year them say me fanye husugo but still middle no asere e wo hwa no adi mu asem bi no me ni na kuntokwa kese ye kuntokwa kese ni wian maka cho say yakon but still middle sabaya no me ni nam kwa so a meye affirmations because I went through teenage or testing relationships or person who be a stability or security and as our for a year you must who provide this unfailing rock solid relationship with her men kasa and correct about men kasa or yam wasama man catcher and a catcher but who we are make sure says secure connection you affirm it constantly but I still love you. You are crazy but I love you. You are annoying, but I love you. You are dear Ben, but I love you. Nipa bebre where your community they need to hear this message because they are in their 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s, but they have never had this happen to them. May I will be your friend by hook or by crook. Me catch them mubia. And may am social media so be ha metaka sa asem ne kire mo. Mumu bi wo ha mo ne me kon enso mi wiao I am still there because I know say you don't have consistency no unhunu bi da. Sa secure attachment no unhunu bi da. and I'm willing to be that person for you, so that over time, still I love you. My mother said me provide this confirmation of secure attachment for you. I will demonstrate it for you. I will let you see it when you fight with me. That's all. Who could me who consaba and that's it. Uko baby na anybody be still me that's all. You don't have to be perfect for me to love you, is what I say to a lot of these girls. And I don't need to be perfect in order to love you. So I'm here. I'm rock solid. And me because these are adult women and men who need secure attachment. They have not happened. You see a lot of my interactions with encrophobia and socially your friend is saying normal. Obi wo ha nipa nyina pono but me ni sa ankrofo no relationship no aha ne fare by it is my decision. Said the mu nyina amapo no, they are still human beings. They still need hooking to another human being. No? They still need to see consistent love. I am willing to do it. Why is it that me dim wasem chere nkrofo nya nipa nyina pa me nipa nyina yi masem. But as for you, you refuse to shift. And I'm telling her, it's a decision. It's a commitment. You are trying to push me away. I know. You are trying to get me to abandon you like everybody else. I know. Oh, boy, home they said major work on work. I say, hey, see a kayo me because me baby. Oh, siabrobo, how many of us in our community will be willing to do this? Because when you hear near their sayare one a warrior dream away your community. There be why dream in Chiresa. Instability se woni pa dream in Chiresa wabodam. Insecurity we Adamo Ninia Ketwakra wo baby. Between insecurity and Adamo, there's a big distance, but it's difficult to quantify the distance between them. Difficult to quantify. Some of us will have to do to provide stability from xenophobia in your community. You commit to be that person's friend, okay? Because it might be you who will secure that person and save the person from tipping. Because nipa tipia yetimi twintu nipa timi tipe ye faba nipa timi tipe ne ye niema tantan hu. Don't watch somebody tip. You be that agent of change. You be the secure attachment who secures Sani Pakurwe and holds them down so they don't tip, so they don't go off the edge. I feel more when you didn't come away and then I'm persuaded. For any kaka, she will be our social media. So, will be our brabo. The one meaning microphone connected, the rejected stone. Now, walk my abadaya empathy and count. I will be there for them. I will be there for you. You might not appreciate me. I will be there for you. I will be there for you doesn't mean I'm condoning your nonsense. So they may challenge you, but you will know say I am still there for you. And Crawford, my step parents to Quada, Yabo, which are skilly pay. No woman to me provide this idea when I'm quite didn't quasi as no correct woman. I who quadad social media. Now, one more power, more papanocho at their 40s, 50s, 30s to adopt them and to dear Ben. No more Todiema and Papa Fonema Mefono. People celebrate their your friends as step parents, no, because the step parents came, they understood a child's need, they refused to shift, they refused to move, they refused to distance. They are in your face. You fight them, you argue with them, you hate them, but they still don't care. They refuse to leave, and they are here. How many of you can do that service? Because that is service to humanity. They are doing us all a favor. Onipa way, why I then I want any yakama if I won't obey. Oh, yeah, nipa, as a swoop in the yakama, why? What he say? What he say? I know, meaning, but still, me dear, say any pacoron, me send me, may any uncle. It's my decision. That will be you, a man who be who I know so will be me. Man, I got you say minim so be me, but minim pass will be me. Boy, ye me mamma, or ye me macra, me send me, minko baby. Sanamtie. O siabrobo. Die mitimu ana mitimu. Me decide say mitimu wa mitimu ho. Ensuo to mitimu ho. Ewiabo mitimu ho. Sa. And I do that for people I know need secure attachment. Nipa di bi wo ha, they have attachment anyway, but mo asem no mo di. Wo mo de me hwehwe wo bokọ me de bani to hwe wo na me hunu say wo attachment, but they yem kwa asem na ye wo me hwe wo firi ho. Me yi wo firi mabrabo mu one touch. Because me nim say me nya me na metipo, nya me na me wo pe wo grounding. Until me relationships, me behaviors, no more I am on tia say the boom. Maybe when I do some of these things, you will understand. Nipa bi wo ho a yam kwase asema wo nya second chance. Me hwe free ho. Because me de me to one kasa me hwe wo circumstances so wo connectivity wo ha, wo connectivity. Me nko am free mu a ensa. Ne be ka ho a enye ma me yi me hu free mu a entosini. Se me hu ne sa me yi me hu free mu. Because entosini. Ma ko pe baby akotena akwadwen me ho. But be so why benim say me yi me hu free mu a ebesa. And also I feel that responsibility and I will stay and sacrifice and let you abuse me because me name say me yi free mu a ebesa. I hope some make a say I hope some more me person be reaching mono. I have reached you. I hope some more some yes service no you are now galvanized and called to do it. Who will be no wonderful things. You go and be that person's stability if you can. Right? I don't think it's going to be an easy road. It won't. Nipa bi wo ha many more di nkomo. Me se mo be ya so mesi yonko. Mete. And why you say and what me see ye obeye saa ne mani nyina na why you say still wo person we public service we ate wo ho ase. Obeye saa ne mani nyina but you remain. Otimi ka fo tan de kire wo. Ya ye titi teenagers ni e be hunu akwara no. Wodansuom. Wo one night tie by ye nto akwara ni nsuo no ntwene. There ye yi akwara na wo tia mu ye dede wo wasom ne de ne fam ye kokum ne tap no no titiu no okekam no tuatua waso but still what did the tare wo bo ha no apati akwara and as long as you continue to pat the kid akwara no be hunu se wo ho you are there the tia mu na wo tia na ensesa hwe wono atie duru ba bia no wabre wo se wo jai wata no wada. That's the process I am describing to you. So hopefully, we've had a small master class on what tips people's balances, the importance of attachment, and the dangers of non-attachment, and to try and secure attachment when you see say it is non-existent. Conversation so do at share it for me. I'll do the English version for those of you who request it. I thought that I just feel inspired to speak, and when I do, language are ebano and when I make and then I actually intended to do this one in English, but when I started speaking, my spirit didn't want to speak English. Into me nyadaji meshe ma translate. One kasano I want to say my video no I will say open the you can watch what I say and you can translate it directly into English. Ubet me crack type it. I will screen so now microphone de me patchere. And it's a community effort. I've done my bit this morning. I've put this one out there. Well, I was also feeling inspired to translate. Do so and let's all continue to work.